Hi there. Today I thought I would talk with you for a moment about upholstery cleaning, especially with regard to pet odor issues. As in the case of this cushion that was brought to our shop, you can't really see any pet accidents on it, but your nose will tell you that something is wrong. There's some real problems with this cushion as far as the odor goes. So I thought I could review with you what we do in the home or at our shop for upholstery cleaning when we come into odor issues. So for mild odors, which is probably about 80% or more of the cases that we deal with in the home, all it's really needed often is to overspray the piece with a deodorizer that counteracts the odor. We let it dwell, we brush it in lightly a little bit, give it some time, then we'll rinse that out. And if we feel it needs it, we could reapply lightly that same deodorizer as a secondary treatment when we're done. And like I said, 80% of the time or more, that's all it needs. But when you get into something that perhaps like this, that's a little more severe, you might need to use something else. So there's a few different options that we have available to us. If it's a localized thing, and say we know for sure there's a spot right here that we need to deal with the odor, we could take something like a hypodermic needle and fill it with the deodorizer and inject it straight into the fill material, the foam, backing it out as we fill it, and to treat the odor. And so say the spot is this big, maybe it's this big, we'll treat the area about this big around, because when the offending material hits the foam, it may tend to spread. So we'll go around that entire area and a little deep to make sure that it's done correctly and treated. And in many cases, that's all that's needed. With more severe problems like this one, we might have to take some additional steps. So one option could be is, in the case of a cushion, quite often they are zippered. You could unzip the cushion, take the fill material out, wash it, but you do have to get it dry before you put it back together, put it back in, and then you'll find, except for treating, of course, the cover material. If you're going to go through that bother, it might be cheaper and easier just to replace that foam material with a little bit of covering. They usually use like something like Dacron to make it easier to get on. And you might just need to replace that instead of trying to treat it, because it is through the material. So there is another option that we can do that I can show you in a moment. And let me show you first of all, you see how the cushion, you can't see any staining. But look at this next scene right now. Looking at this piece with the lights off under a black light, you can easily see where the urine contamination is, as well as the level of contamination. So before I show you the other method that can help with odor removal, I just thought I would talk for a moment about language when it comes to products that you purchase for taking care of pet odors. Let's say you go to a pet store and you're looking for that perfect product to spray to get rid of the odor. And you come across a product that says pet stain and odor remover, or oxy. It might have the word oxy before the descriptor or after the descriptor. If it's removing pet stains or it uses the word oxy, it has a very high chance that it really contains hydrogen peroxide, and probably at a relatively high level. And you want to be careful with that, particularly with upholstered furniture. Those products, generally speaking, are usually geared toward carpeting, and much of the carpet it's intended for is synthetic carpet, like nylon, olefin, polyester, fabrics, fibers like that, that can withstand a high amount of hydrogen peroxide. If it's a natural fiber like wool or linen, other things like that, cotton, it has a very high chance of the peroxide actually bleaching the area. And while yes, I got rid of the odor or maybe the yellowing stain from the pet accident, but now I'm left with a bright white spot or whitish spot that looks bad as well. So be careful, know what you're using. If you're not absolutely sure, always test it back by the zipper or somewhere where somebody can't see it, in case it does go sideways and you don't ruin that piece. Okay? So let me show you now another method we can use to help with odor removal. So what we can do is we can take this cushion and we can put it in a bag. And first what we're going to do is we're going to treat the cushion with our pet odor treatment product that we use. And there are several kinds of these products available. I'm not going to mention any names because there just are so many. But you can heavily treat the cushion in question. So we've got the cushion is treated with the deodorizer. We're going to place this cushion into a bag. We're going to use our extractor to place a vacuum source on this bag. So the point behind doing this exercise is that we've treated this cushion with the deodorizer. And we put a vacuum source on it, it kind of squishes it down, and then when the vacuum is left off of it, the cushion goes back to its original size, but when it does that, it's pulling the deodorizer inside the cushion more. So it's a little bit deeper treatment overall, not taking the risk of perhaps trying to wash the fill material separately, and it's a little bit deeper than just spraying topically. So it's just another way that you can treat a cushion for odor, and that we are able to do. Generally speaking, something like this we like to do at our shop because we can control it while it's drying, make sure everything looks nice. It's a little more difficult to do this in the home and be predictable in the outcome. Plus we have the advantage that we come in the next morning, we can still detect a slight odor, we can retreat the piece again, so you get much more value for your money that way. So odor control with pet accidents, to me, the biggest thing is you've got to contact the source. Okay, if you have a garbage can that smells and it's full of food that's rotting away, and you just take something like Febreze and lightly mist it over the top of that can, is that really going to fix the odor? No, because you haven't contacted the source. So you've got to get rid of the source, or treat the source at least. So a friend of mine in the industry, his name is Paul Lucas, he has an expression. He says the solution to pollution is dilution. So get it clean, get that stuff out of there as much as you can, and then you can treat the source of the odor and really knock it out of the park. Any questions about upholstery cleaning, please give us a call or a schedule at Pinnacle Eco Clean. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.